I put on 10 kilos in 12 weeks. If you're wondering how to eat not only to optimize your training and sports performance, but also how to build muscle, improve your energy, and recover optimally, but you are stuck in the mess of fad diets, conflicting advice, and trendy extremes, then this video is for you. Because I've been exactly where you are. I'm a qualified sports nutritionist and still I've made some of the biggest mistakes when it comes to food. My biggest mistake came a few years ago when I stopped eating meat. Now this video is not about eating meat versus not eating meat, but it is going to link into what I really want to talk about today. I was at university and the course I was in was saying that we should not eat meat to save the planet and it's actually healthier for us. And honestly, about 90% of the people in the nutrition course were all vegans and it was crazy. So I did it because I thought that was what I had to do. And I had just started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And now if you've ever done Jiu-Jitsu before, it's not kind on your body. So you kind of want to recover optimally and have as much energy as possible. And both those things were very fleeting because I wasn't eating enough food, I wasn't eating enough protein, I just wasn't recovering at all. 8 months later, I realized that the study that I based my whole nutrition preference off was funded by people that should have absolutely no say in my health. Once I realized that I'd been essentially lied to, I was like, okay, out we go with this, let's bring meat back in. And this was the greatest thing that I've ever done for my body. I started eating a heap of red meat, so lots of steak, lots of liver. I had some chicken, some fish, eggs. I was just eating whole proteins again. And almost overnight, I over doubled my protein intake. I went from 80 to 100 grams to 200 to 250 grams a day. And the best part, when I started eating like this, I didn't even need to track every day. It's pretty hard not to get that much protein when you start eating these foods. My energy came back, my strength went crazy, and my body was finally rewarding me for all the hard work that I put in the gym. And I put on 10 kilos in 12 weeks. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because most people make one big mistake, and I see it nearly with every single one of my clients, and it's that they assume that they're eating well. They would say things like, yeah, my diet's good, but what does that mean? They're eating less junk, they're eating no junk, they're eating clean. Honestly, nearly every single client, when I first meet them, is chronically under-eating protein. And it's not just under-eating protein. They think carbs are gonna make them fat. They think that fat's gonna kill them. And honestly, they have no real understanding on how much protein to eat every day and how to do it consistently. So if you're watching this and your energy's flat, you may be plateauing in the gym or just not recovering the way you want, it's probably not your training and it's more likely your fuel. So here's the same framework that I use to put on the 10 kilos of muscle in 12 weeks, and it's the same thing that I give all of my clients. It's called the 3-1-1 method. We're gonna start with eating 3 proper meals a day. Now, each of these meals is gonna have a complete serve of protein. Steak, chicken, eggs, whatever works for you. It doesn't have to be fancy and it doesn't have to be weighed to the gram forever. It's a good idea to weigh it first so you get an idea of eyeballing how much 250 grams of steak looks like so you can just be consistent with your food. But making protein a non-negotiable for your main meals is just going to bring the numbers up. Next, and this one surprises most people, I want you to have dessert every single night, which I love, and I definitely love this rule the most. The catch is we're gonna make it a protein dessert. Now, I love the Wicked Sisters banana pudding or the chocolate fudge, whatever it is. I also make my own protein ice cream. So it's super simple. It's milk, cream, and I get a big protein scoop and I chuck it in there. The ice cream maker is like $60. Now I get to have ice cream every night and it's got some protein in it. It's something sweet. It doesn't make you feel like you're on a restrictive diet, and it's gonna help you hit those numbers. And then we're gonna have 1 protein shake after your workout. Now, I know it's super simple, but if we were consistent with this, it's an extra 25 to 30 grams of protein a day. It's low on the calories, and it's just gonna boost those numbers up, allowing you extra room to wiggle around with the other foods that we're gonna add in. If you do these 3 things every single day, eat the 3 meals, focus on protein, have a dessert, and a post-workout shake, you're easily going to hit your protein. And that is actually quite liberating in itself. You hit those numbers, now we've got all this extra room to add in foods that you love, things that you wanna add in, and it gets really fun from here. So now that the protein goal's hit, you're just gonna fill it with your potatoes, your vegetables, your fruits, your sauces, anything delicious that you wanna add in. The protein goal's met, now you're just gonna fill it up until you hit your calorie goal. This is the super simple system that I use for myself to put 10 kilos of muscle on in 12 weeks. I also give it to all my clients as well. You can do this too. Now, if you are serious about taking your food to the next level, I highly recommend you take my free Neurotype quiz, because there are 5 unique brain chemistry profiles, and the one that you are will dictate how we tweak your macros, your food timing, and your plan for energy, focus, and consistency. You might thrive on a higher fat approach, or you may be someone that needs carbs at every single meal to stabilize their mood. And some people just need a heap of variety, and when they don't get that, they fall off their diet and they blame themselves and their willpower, but really it was just their brain chemistry. So if you're ready to finally align your food with your brain, your body, and your goals, go take the quiz. It's free, it's fast, and it will change how you eat. The link is in the description. From this video, I hope that you action the 3-1-1 protocol so that way you actually hit your protein, you get awesome gains in the gym, you recover better, you just have more energy. And I also hope that now you know how to properly fuel for yourself. Now, YouTube's pretty smart and it's going to recommend you a video here based on what it thinks you're going to like, and it's pretty clever. So go have a watch.